Saturday, the 2019-20 Virtuosi concert season begins with the Montrose Trio. Opening for the renowned ensemble is Virtuosi Young Artist Program first place winner Christina Thanish-Smith, who has joined me in the Classic 107 studio this morning. Hey, Christina.
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome to the new digs.
Thank you. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's definitely more spacious. We got some nice big windows.
Huge
There's
windows.
lots going on. There's lots going on. So this is your third time in studio, I believe.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It's super fun.
So you were last in almost a year ago after winning the Madeleine Gauvin Scholarship from the Women's Musical Club of Winnipeg. You wrapped up year 4 at the Des Hotels Faculty of Music. What's new? How was the summer? You were out at Nuova, right?
I was, yeah. So I spent 6 weeks in Edmonton this summer with Opera Nuova, and I was singing the role of Lily in their musical theater production of The Secret Garden, which was great because I've been so heavily focused on opera the last few years. I got to go back to my musical theater roots and really re-explore that territory, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I guess despite the name, Opera Nuova isn't just opera, right? There's also musical theater and development for young artists in all parts of the craft. Can you tell us a little bit more about The Secret Garden, the production that you were in, the musical production?
Yeah, absolutely. So The Secret Garden was a great show to do there were a few of us in the cast that came primarily from an opera background, and it has that kind of in-between mix of musical theater styles, operatic technique that you use. And so it was a really, really nice way to be reintroduced to the musical theater realm. And it was one of my favorite books growing up as a kid, as so many people probably recognize Secret Garden as the book or the movie, but there's also a musical.
Yeah.
And so it was wonderful, and it was just an amazing time to just, get reacquainted with what brought me to loving music. I mean, I was the kid in elementary school that was like the biggest Phantom of the Opera fan and all these things that just so getting to be on the stage again and also singing in English is wonderful because in opera we have so much training for singing in foreign languages, but when you get to sing in English, it's really a special thing because it's your mother tongue, it's your language. And so I just find it was wonderful. I got to sing with an orchestra too, which is super exciting because that's something that young artists, we don't get to do all the time, but then when we do, it's like terrifying and exciting at the same time. So
yeah, I mean, you mentioned The Secret Garden, and based on the early 20th century book by Burnett, and I remember the movie as a kid from the mid-90s, I think it was.
Yeah,
I think
have it
Maggie
at home.
Smith was in it. Yeah, I think Dame Maggie Smith was in it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but just an iconic tale, a dark one, but ultimately one of like hope and
Exactly.
rejuvenation. You talk about being a young artist and returning to your musical theater roots, which sounds, feels like it was probably just yesterday. But what's that difference like singing opera and musical theater at this age?
Honestly, not that much of a difference. I think I've, in the last few years of doing my undergrad degree, people would always say it's one technique, one voice, and then how you use that artistry is what it is. And I just went, oh, yeah, whatever. And still always in my mind, there was such a distinct difference between opera and musical theater. And then when I went back to more musical theater this summer, it was so true what they were saying that really, if you have a good technical foundation and you just let your artistry flow, there really isn't a whole lot of a difference. And so, which is also comforting knowing that all the training that I've been doing this year, it's so accessible to be able to sing almost anything and just have fun, and that all the hard work that I've been doing is really just going to let me hopefully do whatever I can.
Yeah, and that foundation is going to be on full display this weekend. You're
hope.
returning. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. You're returning to the Eckhart Grammaté Hall stage. I mean, I've introduced you on that stage before. How's it feel to be going back?
I'm so excited. Virtuosi has done such amazing things for young artists in this city, and having the Young Artist Competition, an annual competition that they set up for young artists in the city, with the opportunity of opening for any of their main stage concerts. It's such a fabulous program, and I'm so excited to be back because it's just such a nice community, and the audience is so supportive and welcoming, and just has such a true appreciation for classical music in the city. And especially because it's chamber music as well, which is exciting. So for vocalists, that means we get to just sing all the art song we love, which is so exciting because I'm a big art song fan. So yeah, I'm really excited to be back this weekend.
What will you be singing?
I will be singing Gretchen am Spinnrad
Oh, nice.
by Schubert,
Yeah.
because the concert program that Montrose Trio is doing is Dvorak and Schubert. So I
Mm-hmm.
figured I would just, if anyone knows me, they know how much of a German lieder fanatic fan, I love it. It is my soul food, and so getting to sing Schubert is so exciting. I'm super pumped.
And I'm sure it will go over very, very well. You mentioned the supportive audience, and I mean, it is the audience that supports the Young Artist Program,
Yeah,
right?
it
with
is.
with donations, and they keep it internal that way.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel to have the support of the community behind you? Do you think about that when you're getting up on the stage?
Oh, absolutely. I see, and from the last 3 years of being kind of part of the Virtuosi community, you learn who the audience, regular goers are. And knowing, I saw one of them at another concert last year, and they recognized me. And of course, I recognized them, but they recognized me and actually came up and said hello. And it was the best thing ever, because you're creating a relationship with other classical music supporters and lovers in the city. And it's a wonderful thing. It's so special. And just knowing that the audience, that out there in Winnipeg, there are audience and classical music lovers that are supporting young artists. And I think it's such a nice feeling to know that we are supported in this big, taunting world that it seems so scary sometimes. And knowing that we have such wonderful people in the city that are supporting us, and that Virtuosi is able to put this competition on every year. And it's it's a really supportive environment that I'm so appreciative for it. Absolutely.
Winnipeg, just like the biggest small town,
I know.
Everybody's pulling for everybody. And
It's so
that's
wonderful.
the really, really nice thing, especially as a young artist, but an artist of any age and of any stature. It's got to feel good to come to Winnipeg and perform, I imagine.
Oh, for sure. It's just the nicest place to be, honestly.
So I want to wrap up this interview. You're a soprano.
Sure am.
There's a soprano in town tonight. I don't know if you've heard.
Really?
But yeah, I know.
What?
Renee Fleming, maybe you've heard her name.
I think I have.
Yeah, maybe. So I just want to ask, A, you're going to be there tonight, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, row 2, I think you said?
Row 2.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
jealous.
right there.
Yeah, you'll see every little nuance on her face.
I'm going to have a notebook going. I'll be ready.
Yeah, definitely. What does it mean to see someone like a Renee Fleming here in town?
If anyone were to ask me right now who was the person that I listened to growing up as a singer, and in my family, I'm the only singer. There's not, there are music appreciators in my family, but I kind of felt like the odd one out in a way when I started pursuing music. And if anyone were to ask me who was the singer that I listened to growing up, being, middle school nerd listening to opera, it was Renee. And I am beyond excited to see her perform tonight. She's also performing one of my favorite sets of music ever, the Vier letzte Lieder by Strauss.
Yeah.
I have her recording of it on my phone. It's something I listen to so often, and then to find out that she's singing it this evening, she is such an inspiration. I have no idea how I'm going to react tonight. I don't know if I'll be crying or shaking or just in
Or all of the
awe.
above.
Everything
Yeah.
probably. And I'm also super excited because she's doing this talk about music in the mind and how it reacts with the brain. And I'm incredibly interested in that sort of thing, and the music therapy aspect of music and performing, and it's something that is so special to me. And so knowing that she's kind of on that platform as well is super just exciting. And just I'm thinking about how I'm going to react tonight when I see her on stage, and I have no idea.
Well, I might have the exact same reaction.
Great.
Christina, thanks for coming in this morning.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Christina Thanish-Smith opens for the Montrose Trio this weekend, Saturday, September 21st. The concert is at 7:30 p.m. Eckhart Grammaté Hall at the University of Winnipeg. The first concert in the Virtuosi concert series. I just mentioned Renee Fleming. We were just chatting about it. We're going to hear a little bit of Renee Fleming right now. She's going to be performing a selection from Rinaldo by Handel. This is Lashak.